CNN IBN.
Tushar is a recovering depressive and drug addict, and he wears the marks of his past as badges of survival.
I attempted suicide. I've got slash marks on my wrist. I had this feeling of worthlessness. I had this feeling of, lack of interest in anything. I had this feeling of being very alone.
A sense of isolation and low esteem in his childhood catapulted Tushar to an emotional spiral, one that he was not equipped to deal with.
There was this one period where for a month I didn't go to school. I'd dress up, leave for school, not go to school. I don't really think that I had a very clear, distinct understanding that I was depressed. I found an escape in drugs. I don't know whether the depression led to the drugs or they were, feeding each other.
Tushar's case was that of unrecognized, therefore untreated depression going out of hand.
If for the stigma around seeking help, one was not able to seek help and it led to one harming oneself, it's unfortunate. But it does happen in our country.
I went off, had a lot of Mandrax tablets so that I couldn't feel the pain, and I slashed my wrists. For 2 days I probably must have been there, but the blood must have congealed and so I didn't die. Finally, out of desperation, my parents not knowing what to do, they just declared me a lunatic and put me in the mental hospital.
A year in the mental asylum gave Tushar time to introspect. Off drugs, his thoughts now turned to friends, career dreams and family.
I was very lucky. I got a lot of support. I made sure I took advantage of every bit of support I got. I also went for a lot of Vipassana.
After nearly 10 years of counseling and medication, Tushar, now 48, is helping others. He is spreading awareness, demolishing stigma around the disease and providing support to those suffering from depression.
In 1999, 4 years into my recovery, I set up this health portal, Aarogya.com. Because I feel that especially in a country like India, where the doctor-patient ratio is so skewed, if there could be a health information portal that really helps.
Tushar holds support group meetings for people undergoing depression and drug abuse.
You are under pressure, you need to cope up with the targets and others.
Sharing problems, venting emotions, seeking support and perhaps even letting go are as important as medication when it comes to dealing with depression.
Depression is an easy disorder to treat. The chemical imbalance is easy to treat. The way of thinking that is negative is easy to treat. There are very good drugs available for treatment of depression.
And if you're unable to reach out to family and friends, there are crisis intervention helplines just a call away. They lend a non-judgmental ear the way Tushar does.
I get a lot of joy in giving back. When I was using, my joy was in snatching, in conning someone, getting the money for the drug. Now there's a different joy, and it's far, far greater in giving.
At any given point, every one of us will go through some form of low. What is important is not to approach it as a sign of weakness. Tushar is an example of how it's possible to come out of depression. What is essential is support. Support of your family, loved ones and community. And the awareness of the scope of this issue. That's all we have for you on the show. We'll see you next week.
Brought to you by New Tetley Green Tea, well-being in every sip.